Alright, class. We are in critical health issues. I am your teacher, Miss Giaco, and let's have class. Alright, it's 5 o'clock. We're about to start class. I'm about to call roll. Ricqyhia. Here. Mr. Aaron.
Here.
Gary Champion. Gary. Gary!
What? Oh, here.
Thank you. Mr. Lewis. Mr. Anthony, so nice of you to join us today.
Hey, how you doing?
We're great. Anyways, we was talking about the health disparities. And, I was just asking the class, could they help tell me what ACA is? But since you came in late, you're going to tell me.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. 1 second. Affordable Care Act?
Yes.
I can tell you a lot about that, actually. The Affordable Care Act provides Americans with a better health security by putting in place comprehensive health insurance reforms. Things like that, expand coverage, lower costs, that kind of stuff. According to med.gov, according to my knowledge, it was set in place a couple years ago. I think the date was, March 2010?
You're itching?
Yeah, March 2010. I was trying to remember that, that's how you bring back memories.
Okay, okay. So we're going to come back to you because it seems like you got the gist of it. So, yeah. Anyways, today we're going to talk about health disparities. Anybody can tell me what a health disparity is? No? Okay, well, I got it. Health disparities refers to the differences in access to or the ability of facilities and services. The difference between that and the health status disparity is that the healthcare status disparities refer to the variation in rates of disease occurrence and disabilities between the social, economic, and or geographically defined population groups. So we're going to talk about different health disparities today. Let's see what you guys come up with. Because, during the class we talked about plenty health disparities. So, we're going to get started. Okay, so moving on to HIV and AIDS. Who can tell me about Planned Parenthood?
I can.
Aaron, go ahead.
Okay, during 2013 and 2014, Planned Parenthood received more than $1,400,000 per day in the form of government grants, contracts, and Medicaid reimbursements. Another thing I found interesting was there are 9,170 federally qualified health centers who provide health services compared to only 700 of Planned Parenthood clinics, which tells me that Planned Parenthood is not really that needed in the world right now because there's other ways to provide health services.
Moving on. Do you remember at the beginning of the semester when we looked at 2 cases, Hobby Lobby and the King versus Grill? Which I want to hear about the Hobby Lobby. So tell me what you know about that, Mr. Aaron.
Hobby Lobby. It's Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby refused to comply with the law of providing contraception coverage to its employees. And that's significant because of their religious beliefs, they don't believe in abortion. So they didn't feel like they should be, I guess, paying for abortion in their words. So they won the case, and they didn't have to provide contraception coverage, but they just had to require the minimum coverage required by law. So.
All right, thank you. Moving on to mental health status. Ms. Ricqyhia,
Yes.
what is mental health?
Mental health is a person's condition with regard to their psychological, emotional, and social well-being. It helps to determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices.
All right. How does And how does that affect the American population today?
Every year, about 42.5 million American adults, which is 80% of the population, suffer from some form of mental illness. And out of those 42.5 million, 9.3 million of the mental illnesses cases are severe, with conditions such as depression, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia.
All right. And with that being said, how does all that fit in relation with healthcare?
The healthcare system in the United States is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The U.S. spends $113 billion on mental health treatments, which works out to be about 5.6% of the national healthcare spending, which makes its cost a big barrier to treatment.
All right. Gary Champion. Gary!
What? Yeah? Huh? Here.
Okay. Since you're wide awake now, you're going to talk about HIV and AIDS.
AIDS. Well, back in the day, before 1981, AIDS was a candy that was meant to help
Candy?
children lose weight.
No.
In the,
HIV and AIDS.
oh, okay. Right, of course. Well, HIV is a lentivirus, which is a slow-moving virus, which means slow to develop, of course. So, therefore, people with HIV do not know that they have HIV. Therefore, they do not seek help to treat their HIV.
Okay.
Okay, and that is a disparity because they don't get the help that they need. And HIV is transferred through blood, semen, female lactation, and vaginal secretion. Anyway,
Okay, Mr.
yeah,
Funny Guy. Since you talked about the HIV part, let's talk about the AIDS part.
AIDS. Well, people with HIV are susceptible to AIDS. AIDS is characterized by infection of the lungs, known as pneumocystis pneumonia, skin lesions, which are caused by Kaposi sarcoma, which is a tumor caused by the human herpes virus, number 8, and also weight loss.
Okay.
And there is no cure for HIV. It's just treatment.
Are you sure?
Indeed. Well, okay, Magic Johnson is a special case, but,
Okay.
Magic,
Alright.
voodoo.
Thank you. All right. So, the last thing we talked about today, which I'm going to talk about because y'all got y'all participation points for the day. I'm so proud of y'all. But it's cultural competency. To begin with, cultural competency is the key factor in healthcare. We know this. I taught you this. It describes the ability of the system to provide care to patients with diverse values, beliefs, and behaviors, including tailoring delivery to meet patients' social, cultural, and linguistic needs. It also was described as a vehicle to increase access to quality care for all the patients' population and to business strategies to attract new patients and market share. It was also a case that just came out on the 10th, I believe. And it was just saying how the Hispanics are still dealing with a lot of problems with cultural competency. They're not really getting that quality healthcare that they're looking for. So that's something that we're trying to get under control. But other than that, we went over all the health disparities. So that's all I have for you today. I'll see y'all later. Next Tuesday, 5 o'clock. Be on time. All right. Y'all have a good weekend.